Hello everyone, I am John Mina and I will discuss the module 3 2.2 concept of a market. And we'll explore an essential concept in economics and business, which is the market, whether we're buying groceries, selling online, or trading stocks. Because markets play a crucial role in our daily lives. So let's start the presentation of the concept of a market. So what exactly is a market? So let's dive in. The definition and importance of a market. A market is any place, physical or virtual, where buyers and sellers interact to exchange goods, services, or information. Markets are fundamental because they determine prices, allocate resources efficiently, and drive economic activity. And let's uh, let's see the different definition of a market. To the layman, the term market is a physical place where buyers and sellers gather to exchange goods and services. In ancient times, people bartered goods under a tree. In today's modern cities have shopping malls, and other markets. To a layman, all these places are considered markets, whether it's under the tree or like in the present time, like malls. And to an economist, a market describes all the buyers and sellers involved in actual or potential transactions over some good or services. To a marketer, the market is a set of all individuals and organizations who are actual buyers of product or a service. And we will use the last definition of a market in this module. Market is synonymous with buyers, actual and potential, whether you buy the product or you see it as a potential buyer. A buyer is someone who is able and willing to buy. The sum of all these people is what we call the market. And we need to understand that markets exist in various forms. So first one is we have physical markets like supermarkets and local wet markets where we buy goods, groceries, and other essential things we need in our daily lives. The next one is digital markets such as Shopee, Lazada, or Amazon where we buy goods or things we need online or through digital markets. The next one is the financial markets, where stocks, bonds, and currencies are traded, like crypto and other trading currencies. And I think regardless of all forms of markets, I think all markets share a common goal, facilitating transactions between buyers and sellers. And let's dive more about some markets by defining markets and classified based on structure and function. Because in this topic, we will make sure that we need to classify the structure and function. And the first one is markets based by structure, based on competition level. So we have the perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. So what is perfect competition? It defines here that perfect competition has many buyers and sellers or homogeneous products. For example, is the agricultural markets or the wet markets where we buy daily goods. It defined here that perfect competitions or pure competition is an idealized market condition where many sellers compete to offer the best prices and large sellers have no advantages over smaller ones. So they have equal chance. Perfect competition rarely occurs in real world market, but it provides a useful model for explaining how supply and demand affect prices and behavior in a market economy. So the next one is monopolistic competition. Many sellers, I think in this one, it has many sellers, but products are differentiated, like clothing brands like Bench, Pen Shop, and others similar product. And it defined here that monopolistic competition is a type of a market structure where many companies are present in an industry and they produce similar but differentiated products. None of the companies enjoy a monopoly, and each company operates independently without regard to the actions of other companies. The next one is the oligopoly. Few dominant firms control the market. For example, the telecom companies. It defines that an oligopoly is a type of structure, a market structure, in which a small number of firms control the market. Where oligopolies exist, producers can indirectly or directly restrict output or prices to achieve higher returns. A key characteristics of an oligopoly is that no one firm can keep the others from having significant influence over the market. An oligopoly differs from monopoly, in which one firm dominates a market. The last one is the monopoly. A single seller dominates all. Or, for example, is a public utility company. It defines that a monopoly is a market structure with a single seller or producer that assumes a dominant position in an industry or sector. That monopolies are discouraged in free market economies because they stifle competition, limit consumer substitutes, and limit consumers' choice. And let's see the other market by function based on what is being exchanged. And here are the consumer markets where focus on selling goods and services to individuals. The second one is the business to business markets or companies sell products to other companies. And the financial markets where trading of stocks, bonds, and currencies. And the last one is the labor markets where employers and workers interact. So let's dig more about how market works. And yeah, the supply and the role of supply and demand. Because we need supply and demand when we do a market. Markets operate based on supply and demand. We cannot deny that. But when demand for a product increases, it states that prices tend to rise. And that's how supply and demand work. When supply increases but demand remains constant, prices will fall. And it states here that the equilibrium price is the point where supply meets demand, ensuring efficient distribution of goods. And also one thing is governments may also intervene in markets through regulations, taxes, and price controls to promote fairness and economic stability. So we cannot do anything about that. And the next topic inside that the concept of market is the determining buyers' needs and incomes. Because if we want to start to do a business and to go to the market industry, our first concern is understanding the needs and incomes of potential buyers. So we will do a quick in this section. The first one is what problems are we solving? What are the pain points our products address? That's the one thing we need to know. The next one is who is our target audience? Are we reaching the right customers who need the product? Or do they really need that product? The last one is, what is their purchasing power? Understanding their income levels ensures we price our product appropriately, avoiding overpricing for some customers or underpricing for others. So that's how a market works, and that's the different types of markets and how the role of this will affect our buying and buying of goods and services. And for our discussion forum, here's the questions. The first one is, how has the rise of digital markets and e-commerce platforms changed the dynamics of traditional market structure behavior? The second one is, how can government interventions such as price control and taxes create both positive and negative effects on market performance? So to summarize this topic, before I leave, a market is a dynamic system that connects buyers and sellers, drives economic growth, and shapes our daily lives. Understanding markets help us make informed financial decisions, whether as consumers, entrepreneurs, or policymakers. So that will end my presentation. Thank you for watching. I hope this presentation gave you valuable insights into the concept of market. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and see you next time. So again, this is Lloyd, and have a good day. Bye.